Well, that's one way to do it. But if you want to navigate these dating waters by yourself, look, I've got comedian, actress, author, and host of Tinder Live, Lane Moore. She is back. Hey, Lane, what's up?
Hi, it's so good to see you.
It's good to see you too. Now, look, I want you to know you were on our very first show. Now we're like 104 shows in.
That's so exciting. I knew it was going to be great from the start. I knew it.
Absolutely. Now, look, what have you been up to since the last time we saw you?
Yeah, I'm working on my second book. I wrote a book called How to Be Alone, and I am writing the next book that's coming out next spring called You Will Find Your People. So I'm really excited about that.
Oh, it sounds like a good one. We will definitely be getting in line for that one.
Yeah, thanks, right? I know. I feel like a lot of us need that hope right now.
Absolutely. And I know you're going to come back on the show in October, everybody. Tinder Live is coming back to Portland. We love that. But look, last time you were here, you were giving us all the red flags. But now we've got some viewer questions, okay? Are you ready to give our
Yeah,
viewers some answers?
I love it. Yes, let's do it.
Okay, so our first question comes from Chris, and he wants to know, is flirting cheating?
Oh, I mean, what's the flirting look like? What does the flirting look like? To what extent are we flirting? Are we flirting with? Also, if you're calling it flirting, I feel like it is. Like there's like harmless interactions, but I feel like when I call something flirting, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's if he's calling it flirting, I feel like he knows it's soft cheating. It's like
yeah.
it's on the road to cheating because sometimes I'm just like a little bit like nice and maybe there's a little bit like, oh, this person's cute, but I'm mindful that it's that I'm not doing anything. I feel like you know. I feel like each person knows when it's kind of inappropriate. I just feel like you know yourself. What is your intention, you know?
Absolutely. I like the way you describe that, like harmless interaction. Because, you don't want to label everything cheating. Like, I don't want you to lock
No.
yourself in a box and never go
No,
out or
you're gonna
talk to
find other
anybody.
people. Yeah, you're gonna find other people attractive. Like that makes sense. But like, what's your intention? Is your intention to kind of put your feelers out there and see what else is out there? Because then that's probably more along the lines of cheating. But if you're just like, you're hot, have a good day, that's I don't think
Definitely.
that's cheating. You
Okay,
know?
we've got another viewer question. Desiree wants to know how she should communicate to her partner about starting a new job out of state.
Oh, that sounds like a lot. I'm not sure why they didn't talk about this sooner, that she was like wanted to move out of the state. That feels like its own entire episode we could do
Yeah.
about whatever's going on with that. But I mean, I guess you just talk to them about it openly and you're like, this is a great opportunity. How do you feel about it? I think that's it. I think that when you're in a couple like that, you're like trying to make these big life decisions together. And then, if this person realizes she kind of doesn't really care what her partner thinks and she just wants to go for it, then maybe it's time to reassess. Maybe she's moving on in her career and in her relationship, you know?
I agree. Open communication is always the answer, I feel like. When you don't know distinctly, open communication, go with it. Now we've
Yeah,
got
seriously, every time.
we've got one more question, and this may or may not be me asking this question. Ashley, maybe it's me, maybe not,
I
wants to
love it.
know, do long distance relationships really work?
Okay, they can work, but what I've noticed, and I've had a lot of long distance relationships, and what I've noticed is a lot of the time, like there have to be both parties who are actively putting in the same amount of effort because otherwise I don't think it works. Like and it really has to be a lot of open communication about what you want. Like I have friends who are in long distance relationships and they're like one is constantly flying back and forth with the other and they're constantly like there's a lot of give and take. But I know I've been in long distance relationships where I was kind of like, why aren't they flying out to see me? Why aren't they putting in more effort? Like I think that it's easier for communication to be harder because you're not in the same place and you can't necessarily show up and do those things in person the way you could in the same city. So I think,
Absolutely.
you need to like they need more nurturing and more
Yeah.
effort,
If I'm going to
really.
put in 100%, I need him to put in 150, point blank.
That's what I'm saying. And so you can't have it where you're just like, oh my gosh. So not only are you long distance, which is already hard, but now I feel like I'm pulling the weight for both of us. Like that's too much.
Yes, I 100% agree. Lane, thank you so much for being here. I always have a great time whenever you're on the show, girl.
Same.
All right, we will be seeing you in October. So everybody, stay with us. Lane is coming back. Now it is time.